While we are mired in the reality of President Trump's second administration, a new book raises questions about the previous administration and what those questions mean for the future of the Democratic Party. In Original Sin, President Biden's decline, its cover-up, and his disastrous choice to run again, CNN's Jake Tapper and Alex Thompson of Axios reveal how the Biden White House went to great lengths to conceal the extent of President Biden's physical and mental deterioration and how it contributed to dooming Democrats' chances of beating Donald Trump. Joining us now is one of the authors of that book, Alex Thompson, national political correspondent for Axios. Alex, as someone who also had a book come out on May 20th, I'll say congratulations. But Alex, a serious question, and this is the thing that really gets me. Why should people who are watching the show right now, who are worried about the state of our democracy, look at this book as something that's important for them to read and understand?
Because I think the whole conceit of this entire book was, why did Trump win? And when we were asking that question, we were looking back, and our sort of the thesis of the book is the most consequential moment of the entire 2024 election was the moment when Joe Biden decided to run for re-election, and the Democratic Party sort of sleepwalking to the point of that, crucial June debate. And so really the book is like looking back at how the party got itself to this point now where they allowed, in part, Donald Trump had something to do with it, but in some ways the thesis of the book is the party also allowed him to come back. So for any Democrat watching and thinking, Joe Biden, he's in the past, this isn't just a book about Joe Biden. It's a book about the Democratic Party.
One of the things that is throughout the book, right, is and that we were looking for when I was reading it, because you guys talk about it as a cover-up, and people have asked, where is the cover-up, right? Mm-hmm. And I guess my biggest question, or the thing that it feels like it's less of a cover-up and more of, you have this team of people, you guys call them the Politburo, who have been around Donald Trump or Joe Biden for a really long time. Yeah. And they seem, I was talking to a former Biden campaign official, to have not served the president well. Is that what we're talking about here?
I think both things can be true. The reason we call it a cover-up is because millions and millions of people were shocked by the debate performance that Biden had. And I think the book very conclusively shows that it is not the first time that Joe Biden was acting like that behind the scenes, and that there were steps taken by the Politburo, by the people around Joe Biden, to shield him, not just from the public, not just from his own cabinet, but from other members of the Democratic Party. So the reason we call it a cover-up, I know sometimes it's insinuated like cover-up means a crime. That's not what we mean here. Yeah. We mean that they were intentionally trying to hide how at times addled he was from the public. Now, to your point about, did the people around him serve him well? Well, clearly not, given that he was basically ousted from the nomination at the 11th hour. Right. And they basically led him to a point when, I don't know how anyone, and I know there's a lot of rage from people that have been with Biden for a long time that love him. There's a lot of rage at that inner circle for allowing him to go on that, to allow him to go on that debate stage and sully his legacy, knowing that there was even a 10% chance that he would act like that.
Yeah. I don't disagree with the phrase cover-up, because you look at all these steps, calculated measures that were taken to shield Biden from people who worked from him, from public view, given the number of interviews that he did not do compared to predecessors, the number of press conferences, the cabinet members. Let's look at this quote from cabinet secretaries. And I found that to be some of the most powerful reporting and fact pattern that you laid out in the book, just because so many cabinet secretaries just said they didn't know what was going on. And so they said, over 2023 and 2024, the circle of people with access to the president grew smaller and smaller. Even the majority of Biden's cabinet members weren't in it. And so then when Biden also needed support from Democratic congressional members, they were saying, we haven't seen him. We haven't talked to him in a year. Talk about what it was like getting sources to open up about their lack of access.
Well, and almost all the interviews done was after November 5th. So, there were people that I've been reaching out to, sliding into their DMs for 4 years, and they finally decided to talk. There were also people that I had talked to in the past that weren't really candid and finally felt they could be candid. And, to give them the benefit of the doubt, I think a lot of them were scared because they felt that if they spoke out, it wasn't going to get Joe Biden out of the race, and also was only going to help Donald Trump. So, cabinet members, senior White House officials, and to your point, about the restricting access, I remember one that just comes to mind is, one person basically, whenever like the White House press team wanted to put someone on the phone with reporters saying Joe Biden's great, Joe Biden's fine, at some point this one person was like, I'm not going to do that because I haven't seen him in months. They were like people that would normally see the president, even on a somewhat regular basis, were no longer allowed to. And even the few times we had one cabinet secretary that was allowed to go see him in that period, 2024, and they went in the meeting and they were shocked. His mouth was agape. He seemed incoherent, and they were really troubled.
When I think you have 4 cabinet secretaries, just to follow up on that, and they say that they were deeply concerned and they weren't sure who was making decisions. Why didn't they come forward while they were serving? Because it is a big deal. It is a huge deal for the President of the United States to not have all of their faculties.
But why should people trust them now, right? Because I don't know who these cabinet secretaries were, but maybe they probably want to work in a different administration. They want to be on K Street. They want to be at some think tank. Why should anyone trust them when they spend all this time? Apparently, no one got this information and not telling anybody. Now they have a lot to say.
I mean, it's a fair question, and I think I would just encourage people to read the book. It's also why we didn't just trust one cabinet secretary, right? And we tried to get as many as possible. But I think it's a fair question why they did not speak out. And I can tell you there was some self-reflection in our interviews, and I think they're still sort of tortured about it. At the end, like their normal answer, believe it or you can take it for what it's worth, but their answer usually was, if we spoke out, it wasn't going to change him from running, and it was only going to help Trump.
Yeah.
Alex, of course, we've gotten some public comment from Camp Biden, and this is from Naomi Biden, the former president's granddaughter, what she posted on X. I'm not sure if you've seen it yet, but I'll read it. Just read a copy of it. Well, let me read it. Just read a copy of this silly book, and if anyone is curious for a review from someone who lived it firsthand, this book is political fairy smut for the permanent professional chattering class. Put simply, it amounts to a bunch of unoriginal, uninspired lies written by irresponsible, self-promoting journalists out to make a quick buck. It relies on unnamed anonymous sources pushing a self-serving false narrative that absolves them of any responsibility for our current national nightmare. Ooh, damn. Alex, your reaction to that?
I think if you read the book, you will see that the Biden family is a completely cohesive and solid, very loyal clan, and I was not surprised to see that. I would say that I stand, and Jake and I both stand completely behind the reporting. Also, I'd say I think Naomi is a pretty good writer.
Alex Thompson, thank you. Congrats on the book, Original Sin, good read. I will say, when I have been trying to get people to come on this show and defend and talk about this, and we haven't seen it this week, Biden folks, they have not done it. So, what does that tell you?